Hi, it's Miss Jennifer. I'm here to read you a story about Fancy Nancy this time. And this book is called Tea for Two. Fancy Nancy, Tea for Two. Oh la la! There's a message from my best friend Bree in our special mailbox. It says, "Come quick, I have something to show you." The mail basket is set up on a rope that runs between our houses. This way we can always stay in touch. Look at that, isn't that neat? I write back a message. It says, "I'll be there in a jiffy." That's fancy for right away. And off it goes in the basket. Then I wake my doll, Maribel, from her nap and I head next door. As soon as I arrive, Bree says, "Close your eyes and count to 3. Un, deux, trois." I love counting in French. "Open your eyes." When I open my eyes, Bree is holding a tray with a fancy tea set on it. There's a tea set with a teapot and a sugar bowl, a creamer, and 2 little cups with saucers. "Oh, how elegant," I say. "My aunt gave it to me," Bree explains. "She and my mom used to play tea party with it." "This tea set is extra special," Bree says. "It's real china, not plastic. That's why there are a few little chips." We decide to have a tea party right away, a doll tea party. Isn't it lucky I brought Maribel with me? We put out placemats, set the table, stick some flowers in a vase, and voila, it's party time. Bree wants her doll, Chiffon, to be hostess first. That's fair. The tea set is Bree's, after all. "Darling, would you care for some tea?" Chiffon asked. "Oui, oui, yes, please," Maribel answers. Maribel has absolutely exquisite manners. That means her manners are just about perfect. The dolls sip their tea in a very dainty and fancy way. When they're done, I say, "Now it's Maribel's turn to pour." I start to reach for the teapot. "No," says Bree, and she pushes my hand away. "Chiffon is still the hostess." "That's not fair. Maribel deserves a turn," I say. So I reach to take the teapot from Bree. And then something horrible happens. Can you guess what happened? The teapot went flying. And when it landed, its lid broke into 2 pieces. "My tea set is wrecked," Bree shouts. "It was an accident," I say. "And anyway, the teapot already had a chip in it." Bree flops her on her bed and covers her face. "Go home. I don't want to play anymore." "Fine. I'm leaving, and I'm not coming back. Au revoir. Then Maribel and I storm out of Bree's house, and we go back to mine. At home, I keep looking outside my window to see if Bree sent a message saying that she's sorry for how mean she was. But the mail basket is empty. During dinner, my mom asks if something is wrong. So I tell everyone what happened. My dad says, well, even though it was an accident, it was your fault that the teapot broke. My mom asks, did you say you were sorry? Well, not exactly, I say. That's what you need to do, Mom says. My parents are right. But what if Bree stays mad at me forever? Do you think Bree will stay mad forever? The next morning, I go over to Bree's house to apologize, which is the fancy way to say I'm sorry. When she answers the door, all I can do is just burst into tears. Well, then Bree started crying too. I'm sorry I hogged the tea set. And I'm sorry I broke the teapot. I never should have grabbed it. I was scared we weren't going to be best friends anymore, I tell Bree. Me too, Bree says, and then we embrace. That's a fancy word for hug. And guess what? The teapot is already repaired, which means it's fixed and fine again, just like our friendship. Have you ever gotten in an argument with your best friend? And did you say you were sorry to each other? And then were you friends again? I'll bet you were. I know you would do the right thing. Whenever we do things that aren't right, that hurt somebody else, the first thing that we need to always do is say, I'm sorry, and mean it from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed the story. Bye-bye.